Carlos, what does it mean to be back?
It's good. It's fast. No, it's just it's good to see everybody's faces again, and looking forward for the position players to show up and say hi to everybody.
What does it mean to add Max Fried to the rotation?
Yeah, another fellow lefty. I think that it's gonna be fun to watch. Max seems to pitch a little different than me. He tries to get some weak contact, and he gets through games pretty efficiently. He goes deep into the game, so it's gonna be nice to have that guy part of the anchor of the rotation with Garrett, and just looking forward to watch him compete.
How do you approach with the unfinished business, getting to the World Series but not coming home with the ring?
Yeah, I mean, that's a long ways ahead of this right now. It is spring training. There's steps that go into it, and it's step by step. It's far off in the distance right now. So it's just getting ready for the season and getting ready to compete.
Obviously, you said it was a quick off season. I mean, you did go to the
yeah,
you
it
went
was
deep in the playoffs. So that's a good problem.
Yeah, it was a good problem. So it's kind of like we never left. So like I said, it's good to be back. And see everybody.
How do you attack every day, though, knowing that pretty much everyone's opinion of the Yankees will be World Series or bust type thing, and that seems to be that way every year.
Yeah.
How do you guys attack every day?
And I mean, it's like that every year when you get here. So it's something you get used to. That's something. It's not really just kind of passed over our head. That's kind of the expectation we set for ourselves, and like I said, I mean, it's so far down the road. Obviously, that is the goal. But right now, I'm looking forward to being back with my boys and enjoying the spring training.
What were your thoughts in the offseason as you watched the moves that were being made around the majors, and in particular here with the Yankees?
It was fun.
Did you pay attention?
I paid attention a little bit, and then it kind of just went through a lull, and I just stopped paying attention and just going about everyday life, and then showing up here and getting to work. So I mean, the off season's always fun. There's a lull, and then the free agency portion of it's real fun to keep up with, and obviously excited with the moves we made, and looking forward to see what it brings this year.
You made 31 starts. You threw 169 innings. You were healthy, and you showed these fans with a 16-9 record what you could do. What do you do for an encore this year?
I think it was 32 starts and like 174 innings, but it's all right. Maybe 33. I'm not sure how many. It was more than that. Sorry, I keep counting them. Yeah, that was the goal, was just go up there and try to make every start, and I did. Obviously, hopefully this year I'd like to perform a little better. I performed well, but that World Series game too, I wish I would have had a better performance. It was the biggest game of my life, biggest game of a lot of guys in that clubhouse, and just in those bigger games, just show up and perform a little better, especially when we need it. But I was happy. It was good enough. I want to be better this year, and we'll see what happens.
How good do you think this rotation can be?
I think we can be really good. We got a lot of good arms in the rotation. I mean, we have the AL Rookie of the Year. We have Garrett Cole. We have Max Fried. We have a handful of guys. I mean, we have depth. The sky's definitely the limit, and on paper it looks nice, but it's what we do when we show up out there.
Do you have any thoughts on Juan Soto leaving?
I'm happy for Juan. Juan was a good friend. He was a great teammate. I mean, what a great teammate. He was a class act. I mean, he's a great Yankee too. Would have I liked him to stay here with us? Yeah, selfishly, yeah, for sure. But I'm happy for Juan. I'm happy, he set up his grandkids and his great grandkids, and hopefully it all works out for him and he performs well. I'm a Juan Soto fan, even though until he steps in the box versus our team, I'm not. But yeah, I mean, what a great guy. So happy for him.
Obviously, you weren't happy with that performance, like you said.
Yeah.
Thrilled, but how do you use that as motivation?
Yeah, you just keep going. I mean, that's in the past now, but it was nice to be able to be in a situation like that and just kind of feel those emotions and feel what that game's like. Obviously, I wanted to perform better when I look back at Game 2 and put our team in a better position to win. But looking forward to the next opportunity. like that. Yeah, so
So how are you going to pitch against Soto?
I don't know. He kind of hits everything.
He's a tough out.
Yeah, he's a tough out. So it'll be fun. It'll be a fun matchup. I've faced him before. I don't remember what happened, but I think he hit the ball hard somewhere. So.
Luke, first of all, coming off of last year, you had a terrific season. What do you hope to do this year? What do you do for an encore?
An encore. Well, I'm going to try to do my best. That'll be first and foremost. I'm going to try to have fun. I think we're going to really try to do a better job at the end this time. I think that is a big goal. That one didn't feel as good as it did probably for the other side, but yeah, I don't think it's about putting pressure to try to achieve it. I think it's really just about putting together similar mindsets. We had a mission at the beginning of the spring training last year from Booney where it was, we want to win the World Series. Like, that's what we're here to do, and this is the team that we feel confident with this year to do, just like we did last year, and we know the mistakes and the things that we can clean up, but ultimately it's about staying healthy and just having fun. It's just show up every day and put a smile on your face and give people a reason to cheer for.
How do you deal with that day to day, knowing that the barometer for most people when it comes to the Yankees is World Series or bust, going deep in the playoffs, etc.?
There's an expectation here. There's no doubt. I've been to a few places, and this place is far accomplished. It has a lot of history. There's a lot of, like I said, expectation from fans and just from the organization, from players. Like, we all want to win. For me last year, I'm just a dude that was trying to get to the playoffs for the first time, and felt like I was in a good spot to get there, and finally getting there was like each round felt like a bonus to me. I'm just like, oh, this is pretty cool. So you find yourself at the World Series and you're like, man, I didn't ask for all this, but since I'm here, like, let's try to do something cool. But yeah, it's just natural to be competitive and to want to try to get all the way to the end. I think fans need to understand, people watching, like, we want it as bad as anybody, just as bad as they do. Obviously, we sit there and we're just as disappointed as well. But, that's a motivating factor. We're seeing, just even in the Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts, I thought that was a really cool message that he sent about, not being able to get it done and then, being patient through it and seeing how it came to fruition for him. So just really cool stories can be written. Sometimes it's not the timing we want. I sure know that, but when it does come, it's just about taking advantage and enjoying it.
How did it feel for you last year, having such an integral role in this success of the team?
It was a pretty fascinating thing. I felt like I had to pinch myself a couple of times. It feels like a long time coming. It felt like something that maybe necessarily didn't think it was going to happen. I was realistic. I just came into the expectation of my own doing, like, hey, I just want to be healthy. I want to enjoy what I'm doing on a daily basis. I want to go into the field, be a consistent teammate, be a consistent player, and let everything else unfold the way it needs to. And there was a plan out there that unfolded pretty good, and it looked different. Like, it was kind of just an interesting road to get there, but at the end of it, it was just a really cool moment to sit there at the house back in Florida and just like kind of get to really soak in what it was like.
Luke, you doused the Flames.
What was your process after the loss? Like, what was the thing that you learned from it? Did you maybe follow a story like hers?
Well, that losing is undefeated in the sense that it never not hurts. Like, it's a painful thing, but to me it was just being grateful for where we were at and what we did. I know that doesn't seem like it was good enough, but I think there was so much to take from it, especially for me personally. I felt like I was able to achieve things beyond my wildest dreams and take myself to heights that I, only dreamed and imagined of and was able to kind of get to. There's still some room to get better, but the loss is just a motivating factor to not feel it again. But this game comes with a lot of failure, and so I'm realistic, and I think everybody's realistic in knowing, like, it's a hard feat to achieve, to win the whole thing. Some things got to go your way, but at the end of the day, we know we have the ability to do that since we just did, and we feel strong about this team this year.
Luke, you douse the Flames, whether it's the 6th or the 7th or the 8th or the 9th. Do you embrace that role?
Well, I guess maybe there's a secondary career as a firefighter. I don't know. I don't know if I'm built quite there. I got to put on some muscle, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's just about getting out there and doing the work that was needing to be done. It looked different in different roles. I didn't try to question what I was doing. I felt like it's a hard place to try to mentally figure out what I'm going to do next or where I'm going to be in the coming days or even that day. It's just like they call your name and you're just like, all right, let's just get some dudes out. And it just consistently started to work. And I think that mindset of just being relaxed and patient in my approach and understanding just ride the wave, and the wave might end and you might crash one game, but just get back up on the board and keep riding and enjoy it. I mean, the sun's out and, we're just shredding some waves out there.
Do you think that attitude has carried you this far?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, you get knocked down enough, you just learn a more efficient way to get back up every time. And I feel like there came a point where I just felt like I was kipping back up. You know what a kip up is?
School me.
It's like a ninja move, where you lay on your back and you kick your legs up in the air. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not saying I can do it or not do it, but to my point, you just find a cooler, more efficient way to get back up after you get knocked down, and it becomes a challenge. It becomes a fun challenge because you're just like, you kind of keep telling yourself, can it get worse? And it sure can. I mean, that's a terrible way to say it, but you learn you get stronger from it, and you're just like, okay, I just build more of a tolerance. And so you're like, I'm playing a game. I've been knocked in the teeth enough times. It's like, all right, try to hit me harder next time, and I'm just going to bob and weave.
Kip. You might kip.
I don't know if it fits into that, but we'll go with kip, sure.
What is it going to be like facing Juan Soto? What's your approach?
Were you happy about asking this first? You beat
Not
everybody
necess-
to the punch on this one, didn't you?
I didn't think of it that way.
I'm just joking. No, it's going to be fun. I mean, I've always enjoyed the battles that I've had in the past. I certainly liked when he was on my team and watching him battle for us. But it'll be the same. It'll be the challenge that you want. It's like facing these guys in the playoffs where you had the Otanis and the Freemans and the Betts. It's like, you don't get a lineup very often where you get 3 MVPs in a row. But I think the way you look at it is, do I match up against these guys? Am I going to get them out? And, they're going to probably have the longer glory when it's all said and done. Probably going to get their statues and do that, and that's an awesome thing. But, when I'm sitting there at the campfire with my kids in 20 years and been telling them, hey, I felt pretty good about the battles I had with them. And there's a small little wins that you get out of there. You're just only hoping for attaboy, Dad. I'm proud of you. And we just kind of move on to something else.
What are your thoughts on Soto going to the Mets?
Just happy for him and his career. I'm happy that he was able to get what he felt was the best value for himself. Obviously, hate to see him go. I thought he was a great guy, a great teammate, and he'll continue to show that over there. We'll just battle it out on the field now. We'll keep it friendly out off the field, but for now he's an enemy, a friendly enemy, but in the box he's going to be the enemy. So I hope we can have a nice smile and then just go head to head and see what happens.
Look, what do you think about how this bullpen looks?
Yeah, I feel great about it. We showed last year that it didn't matter who came up. We found a way for that person to fall into the roles and to get it done. I was actually really proud of how we kind of came together and did that, especially in the postseason. We try to hold it down the best we can, just like anybody, but it feels very balanced. I know we got some splitters and change-ups galore going on, but that ain't a bad thing. We'll use that to our advantage, but we got everybody kind of falling into what can give us the best balanced approach, like I'm speaking on, and you don't know until you get out there and show it. I could speak up on all I want, but I got to do my job and they got to do theirs. So I hope we do that.